Hey guys, welcome back to an Unlikely Friendship, the podcast again. Or by guys, I guess. I mean, welcome back, Matt and Katie.
Yeah,
Um,
future Matt and Katie.
yeah. Today is episode freaking 8. We made it so far.
Dude, what if
Um,
we die before we actually listen to these again?
that's really sad.
I know, but like, just think about it.
Why would you say that? But anyways, today we're just gonna talk about like girls and guys, girls versus guys. I don't know. Just the general topic of like girls and guys.
Yeah, great start. Another brilliant start to an episode.
I feel like I sound less pessimistic at least this time. Hey,
Yeah.
should we give? Is there any point to a little life update, or should we do that at the end? I feel like sometimes we throw it in at the beginning, sometimes we throw it in at the
I feel like
end.
you like to throw it in randomly. You go ahead and throw it in, all right?
I went to the beach today and I got tan, but I also got like 6 or 7 mosquito bites in the last 2 days, which is really irritating. They're so itchy. Ugh, well,
Yeah.
anyway,
Well, I mean, my life, come on. I went to go see houses today because I'm moving downtown in September. So, yeah,
that's actually happening pretty quick. That's in less
yeah,
than a month and a half, huh?
yeah. Like, it's pretty soon. And also, I think I wrote it down somewhere, but I think last episode I said something about yeah, breaking someone's trust and like when's it okay? And I think I just explained it really, really poorly. But like yeah, so like I wanted to give an example where like I think it's okay to break someone's trust if like let's say like Katie told me that she really didn't like Bob, okay? And then Bob comes out to me like 2 days later and is like, oh man, I really like Katie. Like I'm gonna ask her out or something. That's the point where I might be like, okay, like I might not tell him specifically, like Katie said she doesn't like you, but like
You'll say like, "Oh, I don't think it's a good
yeah, like I'll be
idea."
like, oh yeah, that's not maybe there's other fish. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that's when I'd say like I'd break someone's trust. Not like if it's like, oh, like it's just for fun kind of thing. But yeah, that's what I meant. But yeah.
Speaking of fish, that's a stupid saying. There's plenty of fish out there, but a lot of them are bad fish, okay? Or,
Yeah, but there's still a lot of fish.
yeah, but fish you want.
Yeah.
um, I guess my life update. Matt knows. Well, I'm just gonna give like there's more stuff going on, but in general, I've turned my life around, right, Matthew?
Oh yeah, and it's all because I've started giving Katie positive
That's
reinforcement.
really not why. It's just
I
that
clap for her sometimes now, and then she does things better.
I'm turning my life around. I'm waking up earlier, doing more things, being productive, working my website, working on my resume. I still have yet to actually apply for jobs, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, I mean it's about this right timing too, because you said you were going to take the summer off, and then like once the summer ends, like you're going to start like applying and stuff. So like this is on the right track. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like such a, I don't know, I just feel better. I don't know why.
you're welcome.
It's not thanks to you, but yeah, I don't know. It feels good to not, lie around and do nothing all day, every day.
Mm.
And like go to bed at 8 a.m. and wake up at like 4 p.m. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's all
routine.
because of positive reinforcement.
That's not okay, whatever, Matt. But anyway, I guess that's just my brief general overview of my life recently. Also, oh wait, I don't know if I should mention this, that I went on a date. But yeah, I don't know. My romantic life is a bit of a mess right now. But I guess let's get into the actual meat of the episode.
I mean, can we say that you went to Rocky Point? Because
Why?
I mean, just if anyone ever listens to this, or if I forget, Rocky Point has this really special spot close to like the
Oh yeah,
Water
I
Point
totally
water
forgot.
park. If you stand in the middle, like and say something, it just echoes back at you. But yeah,
UBC has a spot exactly like that as well. Have you?
Yeah, but it's not as. I've been to UBC like once, I think.
Oh,
Like I'm
um,
kind of out of the way.
yeah, it is very out of the way. It's
Yeah.
far as heck. But wait, you know what? I want this on record. Freaking Matt asked me if, while I was there at Rocky Point, if all I could think about was the freaking Pokey stops there, and I'm like, no,
No,
didn't even cross my mind.
she's lying. You go to Rocky Point, and I bet you, the moment you get to that like not gazebo, what's it called? Like the little shed area. It's like a gym. Like it's a Pokemon gym, not like it's the stage area.
Oh, it's in sort of like the middle of the park.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Matthew. Whatever. Anyways, okay. So on to the actual episode topic, I suppose. Girls and boys, you know, like obviously I'm a girl as much as Matt. I don't know why he always wants to clarify in my wedding that I'm a girl. But
Okay, you're making it seem like I'm just writing your wedding speech early, you know. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything.
yeah, but that's whatever. So obviously I've experienced life as a girl and he's experienced life as a guy, and these are just like our opinions and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Can I
like,
also just quickly mention that I did ask Katie once if you can cut this out if it's too inappropriate, but if she would get together with a girl for some money and
what
she
the heck, Matthew?
just saying.
I didn't what?
You didn't say no.
I thought about it. It was because you were like, you kept you. Well, it was like you were making me try to second guess myself because you were like some large sum of money, and you were like, you wouldn't, you really wouldn't. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah, you thought about it. Continue.
so yeah, but I think about a lot of things, just like how you told me to walk into the water at Rocky Point for $1.
Yeah. One day I'll convince you to do something
No, I'm
so
not
dumb.
actually going to do it. I usually just like think about it, but I'm not gonna do it. But anyway, so I guess for one is the beauty standards,
Oh,
like which are different when it comes to guys versus girls. I mean, it's also a bit more fluid, I guess, now in 2020, but still, I think those like societal expectations and stuff are very much there, even if there are people sort of crossing those
mhm.
traditional boundaries or whatever.
I mean, I'd say we're both pretty traditional people.
Yeah. I don't know, like what even are beauty standards for guys?
I mean, I'll be honest, like I don't think I really care too much about appearances, at least especially like my own appearance. Like I think sometimes when we talk, I brush my hair and I tell Katie like this is what I do in the morning. Like it takes me like 2 seconds. I just brush my hair and I brush my hair on a good day. Like if I wanted to look better, like normally I just run my hands through my hair. Like I wash my face.
With water. You don't even use like soap.
Yeah, but it's just I just wipe my face and I'm ready to go. It's a new day.
But like at least like as a girl, I think it's fair to say that there is a lot more pressure on like stuff related to beauty standards for women. Like you grow up and you see so many like ads, and especially now, I can't imagine what it's like now to grow up with social media as a girl, but like you do see all this stuff. And I think for me, for the longest time, my laziness outweighed wanting to like look good. So like for the longest time I never did wear any makeup at all, and then it took a very long time for me to actually start wearing it consistently. But I don't know, I think it's also weird because there's differences between like there's cultural beauty, different cultural beauty standards. Okay, does that make sense?
I think it does.
um like I do know Asian beauty standards are very different from like North American beauty standards, like the way you do your makeup or stuff, even like with like K-pop, right? It's definitely like all the guys in K-pop wear makeup, but typically, traditionally, you wouldn't see most males in North America like wearing makeup,
But I would
right?
say also like just in Korea, it's a lot more normal. And maybe it is because of K-pop and stuff, but it's also very normal just to get plastic surgery and stuff. It's not like it's as kind of like I just remember like reading this article where like it's a very common like sweet 16 birthday to give someone a plastic surgery like coupon or something, so like they could get their like nose fixed or like they could get double eyelid surgery and stuff like that. Like it's very normal. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's very strange. What else is there to say about beauty standards?
I don't know. I mean, like I guess we briefly talked about it too, right? Where like you feel the need to shave your legs and everything like that, whereas like I don't feel the need to shave my legs, and it's just like weird things that
Well, that's not expected of guys, you know?
yeah, yeah, I'm glad I don't
I
want to
mean,
shave my
I
legs.
wonder if this falls into the thing that I mentioned earlier, right? That as a girl, like I think most girls do, like maybe I'm wrong, but I do think that most girls eventually start wearing at least some makeup. And when you do, obviously you look a bit different when you are wearing makeup, depending on how much makeup you're wearing.
Mhm.
But like for guys, for the most part, at least in North America, like they don't wear makeup and they pretty much just look the same all the time. Whereas, like, I don't know, there's memes out there, right? That for guys, they're like, oh, be careful, take the girl swimming on the first date so you can see like what she really looks like. And
That's smart.
it's,
No, I'm kidding.
ah!
Just
The
kidding.
girl should just wear waterproof makeup. That exists.
Yeah, but I think it'll be more obvious,
What will?
like that they're wearing makeup. Like yeah, like
But yeah, I don't know. It's like weird and I don't really know what to say about this.
yeah. I mean, well, you were just saying that it's just like guys are just born like the way they are, and like you can't really change it too much. Well, I mean, like you could, right? But I think not a lot of people do.
Like it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, like in the sense that I guess for people who do wear makeup, it's like I guess you have the chance to make yourself better looking than you normally are without it. But then at the same time, I guess if you are unattractive without makeup and you don't wear makeup, then it's like, well, I
Yeah,
don't really know. I don't even
yeah.
know if that made sense.
I don't know either, but I mean, it's just like I guess a lot of people put. I mean, I think it is important to look good to a certain extent, like to at least put some effort. Like I mean, like if you're like not like if you're ugly, like it's the end of the world, but like I mean it more in like the way you dress. Like you like if you were going to an interview or something, right? Like you're like you should look like you're going for an interview, not like oh it doesn't matter how I look, like I can look like a bum and like still get the job kind of thing. Like I just feel like it depends on the situation, right? Like I don't think I don't know if I'll put makeup on for an interview or anything. I mean like but like it's something like that where I'd see it being more expected of you to look well dressed and stuff. But yeah, I don't know.
hmm I
I don't
mean,
really care.
I don't know. I don't think I have a lot more to say about this specific thing. So I'm going to move on and
Yeah.
just say that Matt knows I have a lot of complaints. I mean, it's not that I would rather be a guy, but I do think it's unfair sometimes the stuff that girls have to put up with that guys don't. Like, I'm happy I'm a girl, but at the same time, like I know like this is technically a choice of mine, but I want kids someday. So I want kids someday, but I'm terrified of freaking like pregnancy itself and also like giving birth. There is no good method of giving birth, whether it's C-section or like natural birth. Like freaking when I learned, was it in high school, that when you give birth that a lot of people like poop on the table or that your vagina
Yeah.
tears. Like this is stuff they don't show in the freaking movies. It's all sunshine and rainbows in the movies. And
Yeah.
like actual pregnancy, like obviously your belly grows throughout it, so it's not huge the whole time, but you are like huge for a while. And I can't imagine that like sleeping and moving around is super
Yeah.
comfortable when your stomach is like this. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't just cut it out
Oh
yourself.
gosh. Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm pretty happy being a guy. I don't think there's really ever been a time in my life where I'm like, damn, I wish I was a girl. Like, I've always been pretty happy just like knowing I don't have to go through all that, knowing that every month I don't have to bleed.
Oh, yeah, that's
Like,
another
I'm
great
just,
thing. You know, it varies from girl to girl, right? But there's
yeah.
different, you know, side effects and symptoms of like freaking periods. Some people have like heavy ass flow, and it's
Well,
annoying when it freaking leaks. It's the
gosh.
most annoying thing, okay? I swear. And also, I know it's like a natural process, but it is gross. Like, I'm not a huge fan of blood to begin with, and it's blood coming out of your freaking vagina. So, you know, it's not the greatest thing, and it honestly is just
I
so
think
annoying when it
I
leaks.
think we're gonna have to like age restrict this one, even though it's like
It's a natural process. But anyways, uh, also like some people experience like very bad cramps. I think bloating is also something people get, headaches, mood swings. There's lots of great side effects of periods.
yeah, but like obviously like I wouldn't want period ever, but I mean like I'd say like the main disadvantage I think of being a guy is that like you don't get as much like leeway, if that makes sense. Like you don't get a time to be irrational. Having a
What are you
period makes
saying,
it.
Matthew?
Yeah, it's just yeah, but I mean like you can't, not like you can't show your emotions. And I think we've talked about this briefly, but like I just think it's less acceptable to be emotional.
As a guy.
Yeah, relative to yeah, obviously being a girl, but
Well, I
obviously
guess that's like
another
a,
thing. Like honestly, 2020, I feel like someone's gonna find this and just be like, "Wow, like how could they be only talking about two genders?" Like, yeah,
I mean, like Matt said, we're kind of traditional. It's not that we're not like okay with it, but it's just
yeah,
that we still personally think of things fairly black and white. Like it's totally we're okay with it, but it's just,
yeah.
you know. But anyway, just a disclaimer, I guess. Yeah, and you know, back to, you know, the perks of being a freaking girl. I will say that it's not like I've ever wanted to be a guy, but I've had the fleeting thought, like, you know, sometimes when I'm at like the amusement park or something in the summertime and I'm going to the bathroom and the line is
Yeah.
long as hell, it's like, goddamn, like I for a brief moment, like I wish I was a guy just because usually like there's not really any line to go to
Yeah.
the bathroom for a guy, like things like that. Or like, you know, it's way easier if you're out in the middle of nowhere as a guy to go pee. As a
Yeah.
girl, you know, it's not the easiest to pee
Yeah,
anywhere.
but I mean, like, you can still do it, right? It's not like you can't.
Matthew, it's very messy, let me just tell you.
I mean, I don't want to know. Yeah,
um
definitely easier.
Wait, also, you know, with your whole unintended irrational comment, you know, I wonder if I should
Oh,
take
well,
the
I didn't
chance
say
to
anything. Cut it out.
blame, I mean, use my period as an excuse for things.
Wait, like you don't or you do?
I don't. I'm saying maybe I should.
Yeah,
I
don't.
mean,
You're irrational enough normally.
wow, Matthew. No, it's like I'm pretty sure we've discussed it. You can't tell when, like, for
Yeah,
me, there's no noticeable like mood
yeah.
swing or anything like that. No
But
one
it's
would
also
know.
like I don't like hang out with you a lot, if that makes sense. Like I realistically
That's
only
true,
talk to you like
but
3 hours a week.
in general, I think that people can't tell with me because I'm pretty much the same.
Yeah,
I've actually, I don't know too many people myself who like you can tell when they are, but I've heard like I think you've
Yeah.
told me you know someone, and like I've heard like people tell me like, oh, they know someone and they can tell. And I'm like, really? Wow, like I'm exactly the same when it's my turn.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I can definitely tell.
What else? We've talked about this in the past many times. What are the other, perks I mentioned? Do you remember?
I just remember every time we talk about it, I'm just thankful that I'm not a girl. I mean, realistically, like even if we're just talking about more about pregnancy, right? Like pregnancy has like lasting effects on your body, kind of thing, right? Like you get like stretch marks, you'll get like yeah, like it just seems like a lot of work. I mean, I guess it's worth it, right? You get a kid out of it.
You get a kid too, and you don't have to put in that
Yeah, but
part.
you gotta do other stuff, right? I don't know.
What do you have
I'm not a dad,
to
so I don't. I don't you still gotta provide for the family and stuff. Not like it's like only the guy does it, but like you still gotta like you still need two people to have a baby, right? Like you can't like as in like you need sperm. Like you don't actually have to have two like parents or anything, but like
do? Yeah, I really think that it's 2020 and there is no good like birthing method.
oh yeah, I mean both of us watched The 100, so I mean if anyone like I'm sure everyone's
Oh,
they had like the little gestation chambers where like it's outside of once again they also copied that from I think like Gundam Seed. I don't know if you've ever watched it, but they had that way before.
I was gonna say something, but I've forgotten now. Let's see, pregnancy, gestation.
Why don't you just tell us about one of your stories, Katie? Tell us any of your stories.
No, what pregnancy. Oh, no good methods of pregnant.
Yeah,
No, not pregnancy, birthing.
yeah.
Birthing. There's also no freaking good method of birth control. A lot of them are heavily
Condoms.
dependent. Okay, so as a female, I mean, I think everyone's different, but for me, like, I think because I am definitely not ready to have a kid, I am 100% terrified of like getting pregnant. Not that I'm worried about that currently because that's not an issue at the moment, but
I already hate this conversation.
I'm just saying. So I am like really terrified, and I always, even though like they say what it's condoms are 98%
8, I believe, is the number.
effective if you use them properly.
Yeah.
I always worry that like, man, like what if it like
I
there's a
actually think it.
hole
I
or it
think,
leaked and you don't know? Like, what if it's a tiny tear? Like, sperm are super tiny, aren't they? Like, you could just get in there.
but yeah, I think like I think it's actually 98%, but it includes people misusing it or something. Like I think like condoms are actually like 99% or something, and like that extra like 98% is because some people just don't put it on properly.
I feel like it's lower with people improperly using it. But anyways, am just really terrified, and like I do just worry with that method that like, man, like what if it tears or something like that? And then I've never had to take Plan B, but like obviously that's an option, a backup option if like something happens. And I have heard that like you can do it, but it very much messes with like your hormones and it has some pretty heavy side effects. Um, why do you look like that, Matt?
That's my natural face.
Okay, well, anyway, and then what are the other? There's like the pill. Like all the other methods are very heavily reliant on the girl. And I mean,
Yeah.
with the pill, they're like literally altering the hormones in your body. And in my experience, they they work like, you know, birth control wise, but they have had side effects on me. Like definitely the last one I tried, I felt like I was so out of control of my emotions, and it's like a really horrible feeling to have.
Mhm.
So I think that kind of sucks. And then like the other options, there is actually a whole bunch. I guess there's also like
Abstinence.
okay, Matthew.
I think like the funniest, it was, I think it was The Office or something, right? But like, what's the safest way to have sex? Like abstinence. And it's like, that's the dumbest thing. Like, what's the safest way to have, like, snowboard? Don't snowboard. Like, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't really work, right? Especially, like they say, I think in the schools where their sex ed is like only
Yeah.
abstinence, like people are gonna do it anyway, so you might as well
Yeah.
teach them like safe
safe.
ways to do them.
Yeah, I have heard that it doesn't work as like a deterrent, or like not a deterrent, but like, yeah. And I think it kind of makes sense, right? Like when I was, let's say, like what, like just younger, if you're telling me not to do something, I'm probably going to try to do it. Like, it's like, yeah.
Do you even know what the other options of birth control are, Matt?
You can oh, a guy can get a vasectomy. That's actually pretty
That's
good.
permanent.
Yeah.
I was talking more like shorter term, not like forever.
Like, I know
birth
you can like
control.
snip your tubes.
As a
But that's
girl
also
or a
fine.
guy?
Well, I guess like vasectomy is snipping the guy, but like you can do that for your fallopian tubes too, can't you?
Yeah, it's a much
it's more invasive because apparently like the guy, like a vasectomy you can get and like you'll be fine.
I hear ads for this all the time. It only takes 5 minutes on the radio. I don't know why. I always hear this ad and they're like, "Coming for the vasectomy. It only takes 5 minutes." And to me, I'm like, that's supposed to make me want one? Okay, that's
yeah, it's like it's a bit too fast, you know what I mean? It's like I want you to take a little more time. But like yeah, I don't know any other ways. Birth control, condoms, I mean both of them.
See, that's because this is a thing that girls have to worry about because probably, I mean, not that guys aren't worried about it, but
like I'm not trying to get anybody pregnant right now. I mean, it's like I'm also not ready for a kid. Like, I'm like, wow.
Like I can pretty much guarantee any girl who's sexually active has looked into the different methods, and there's a lot, but I don't think any of them are good. So there's actually the pill, which you know about, condoms, obviously. Like these are all reliant. Like how come there's no method like the pill for guys, or like I heard they were developing some sort of topical gel for men. I don't know how that's going, but it's supposed to be some birth control method where you apply this gel and it's birth control.
I think it's because it's a lot harder for the guy, because for the girl, right? Like the pill you're taking is to kind of trick your body to, I don't exactly know what it was.
How it works.
Yeah, but it's like I just know it's estrogen and the other one. It's just like a mixture of two hormones that like makes you like, it kind of like changes your cycle so like you don't release an egg or something. So like it's possible because your body can naturally do that, right? But a guy's body can't stop producing sperm like naturally. Like you don't stop producing sperm like ever. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like you're gonna have to find a way to stop that or block it from coming out, which is like there's no natural process in your body that does that. But in a girl's body, like there's ways to stop the egg from coming out.
With just
like that's
hormones why. And stuff.
Yeah, like so it's like almost like you guys have an innate system to stop it. Whereas the guy, like you just can't stop. Like you remove your testicles. That's pretty permanent. Yeah.
Like can't you have the sperm killed as it exits? You know?
Oh man, if you can somehow kill like 1 billion sperm when they come out, go ahead, Katie.
Well, I don't know. I'm no scientist, but let's see. The other methods are something called the ring, which you apparently just stick inside you and you leave it in there for 3 weeks. Then you take it out for 1 week when you're supposed to have your period. So a lot of them are similar to, like, it's the same as the pill. It's filled with like different hormones, so it works the same, but instead of taking a pill every day at the same time, you stick this ring up your vagina and leave it in there. Is that where it goes? I think that's where it goes.
God, where else would you stick a ring? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a rubber ring and you stick it in there for 3 weeks and then you're supposed to take it out for a week when you're supposed to get your period, and then I think you put in a new one for the like next month, and you repeat that, and then let's see,
You get
there's
it out. Is there like a string attached to it?
I've never used it, so I'm
Yeah,
not
like
sure.
just feels
But
like a lot more invasive than taking a pill, but obviously I don't know. Like
I mean, like, yeah, it's so different. Like every girl is different, right? Every girl prefers something else, but I think they're all garbage. um, but I'd still obviously rather not get pregnant, so I'm not
yeah,
gonna not use any of them. And then there's the shot. It's some are also like hormone filled thing. I think it's a shot you take every 3 months roughly, and I don't know how it works exactly, but it's, filled with hormones, and then you just gotta make sure to get it on time, like
yeah,
every time. Um, also some of them like supposedly stop your period, and some of them don't. Some of them make it harder for you to go back to like your normal body cycle for when you
yeah,
want to have kids later, like once
yeah,
you eventually get off of them.
yeah.
And I've heard a lot of like or read a lot of like stories about people who like started birth control when they were very young, and they just took it for like years and years, and then when they finally got off it, they realized like, holy crap, I feel so much better without it. And they never knew that
Mhm.
like there's lots of side effects, I guess. Like a lot of doctors do prescribe them, and I don't know, they have different side effects and issues for different people. Like I do know like it makes some girls like more depressed and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's I've definitely heard of. And like, what do you call it? I also know a lot of athletes also take birth control because it's a lot better if you can control when you have your period, or like to stop it when you're like trying to actually like train and like stuff. Like you don't want to get cramps like the day before the race, right? Like
Oh,
it's like
that
it's
makes
something that's
sense.
more not like popular, but like it's like birth control isn't just used for like for sex, right? Like you can actually use it to control when you want to get your period.
Yeah, depending on the kind of birth control. But
Yeah.
also, yeah, I know doctors also prescribe it to help regulate periods, and it helps with some people with really bad acne. That's also
Oh, I don't
something
know that.
that people get prescribed for. Yeah, then there's also IUDs, which sound horrifying. I've heard like inserting them in. Do you know what an IUD is?
I think I've heard of it, but I don't know
Yeah,
what
it's
it.
like a little, apparently like a T-shaped thing that's like yay big, and it's a surgical process. Like they have to insert it inside you, and there's different kinds. There's like a copper one, and then there's like a hormonal one, I think. And they insert it in you, and the good thing about that is it's long term. Like once you stick it in, it'll last like, I think it's like 3 to 5 years before you have to take it out or get it replaced or something. So,
Yeah.
but I have heard like some people have had it inserted, and I know inserting it is very painful generally, and like some people it just hurts so much they just end up having to have it taken out. So it also costs like, I think like $600 or something like that. So there's that.
I
And
mean,
then
realistically, condoms cost $1 each, about. So I mean, like 600 times if you like plan it out. I mean, it might be worth it. But I like obviously like I don't know. I'm happy risking 98% chance, especially because I know I'm well. At least I'm pretty sure I use it properly. So it's like,
do you not ever worry? Like for me, I know I have a more worried and paranoid personality than like probably most people, at least slightly. Like I am more on the paranoid and worrying side of things. But like, do you not ever worry that like maybe there's like a tiny tear and you don't know?
it, like each condom should be like they test it with a light to make sure that there's no like tears and stuff. Like the chance that it's like a manufacturer's problem is very low.
Or that like it tears during use, like a micro tear. I'm not saying like a huge tear.
Yeah,
I think you notice.
yeah. But you, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't play with plastics a lot, right? But are micro tears common? And because condoms are also very stretchy, like you can actually stick your hand in it and like it won't break. Like it's very, excuse me, it's very like durable. So I've never really been scared of it. And once again, I'm not a very lucky person. So like chances of it actually, like the 1%, like I think I could take a risk. I say that, but I swear if I have like a kid in like a year, Katie, they just kill me.
I'll point you back to this podcast and
Yeah.
say, this is, you made it happen, Matt.
Yeah, I jinxed it. Yeah, no. But even then, like birth control is not 100%.
Like, what do you mean?
Like you can still get pregnant on birth control.
Well, yeah. Are you talking about like the pill?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not 100%, but I'm pretty sure the percentage of whatever is higher for that one. But I'm pretty sure if you mix two of them, like if you took the pill and used condoms,
Yeah.
because if they're both like 99, 98%, there's no way you're like obviously there is like a tiny chance, but it's so minuscule. Like, come on.
Yeah.
That makes me feel safer. Like,
yeah,
the combination of both. Yeah. Like, it gives me more peace of mind. But yeah, I don't know why we.
Good talk. I have no idea. Girls versus boys. Okay, you know what? Well, not versus. Sorry, girls and boys.
I mean, the other thing about girls and guys, I guess, moving on from just all the complaints I have about being a girl and all the difficulties. Actually, I guess something that I remembered you mentioned before is just that, like, I guess it's a societal difference about like feelings, and like girls have some advantages over guys in that they can be more emotional or whatever, and people generally accept it, whereas with guys they don't really, or they can't really be the same way. Is that it?
I thought you were going to bring up a point, but
I don't remember. That's just kind of the big thing that I remember.
No, I mean, I just think it is, right? Like, I just don't know. Like, I don't think a guy crying is as... God, what are you doing?
Sorry. I don't know. I just put the pen.
You just put like a pen as like a mustache, but... Oh, gosh. I actually think you look better like that.
You're so mean.
But yeah. I mean, that's pretty much all I had to say. It's just I think girls can show more emotion than guys can, and it's not like I'm even complaining about that. It's just like a
difference.
Yeah, because it's like I don't mind not crying. I'm not a huge fan of crying. I'm not a huge fan of talking
I'm
about
not a
emotions.
huge fan of crying either.
Yeah, but at least you have the option.
So do you.
Yeah, I guess it depends on like if you care, right? Like if you don't care about what other people think about you, life is a lot easier.
That's true. Yeah. The other thing that I think is just interesting is I think we both said this, that I think that men and women have very different like thought processes about just a lot of things, and honestly maturity level. I think
I'm so much more mature than Katie, and it's just
no, in general they definitely say that women mature faster than guys.
Yeah. Right? I mean, it also makes sense. You guys hit puberty a lot faster than guys. Like that's why girls are taller when we're in like elementary school. Like it's because you guys like 12 years old or something. You guys could get like your first period or something. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I had really hit puberty until like I'd say I was probably hitting puberty when I was going through grade 9 and like 10, like voice cracks and everything.
Oh wait, you guys go through it longer, right?
I have no idea, but I mean, I don't know. My voice cracked for maybe like 2 years. And like, I was still like, I don't know if you consider like growing taller part of puberty. Like, I mean, I'd say I grew the most from like grade 10 to grade 11 is when I actually grew like 5 or 6 inches. And then like, since then I've grown maybe like 2, but like, yeah.
What do you mean since then? I stopped growing when I was 13 and I never had a growth spurt, and I was always the shortest in the freaking class.
Yeah, well, I'm really glad I'm not the shortest, and like I'm glad I grew. I mean, I'm about like 5'8" now, which I'm actually happy with.
You know.
But yeah, there was a time when I was pretty small, brawny.
Oh, like when you're like actually a kid, right?
Yeah, like I mean, when I was in grade 8, I think I was like 35 kilograms or something. Like when I was wrestling, so that's like 80 pounds ish, like 80 something, 85 pounds or something. So yeah, I wasn't like a big kid because I was still really small. Like I honestly didn't hit a growth spurt until like maybe like 9, 10, 11. Like I'd say I grew.
At least you had one. Did I have I ever told you that for the longest time? I thought that maybe like one summer I'll just have the most massive growth spurt and then I'll come back and everyone will be like, holy crap, you grew. People will stop making fun of me for being short. But that never happened
Yeah,
and now I
but
just got
that's
used to
another
it.
thing though, right? Like it's more okay for a girl to be short than a guy to be short. Like if I was your height, well, like 4'11", like I wouldn't be
I'm
able to get
funny.
yeah, I wouldn't like get anything. Like I would really just everyone would make fun of me. You know what I mean? Whereas it's like,
Yeah.
oh, like, look, she's kind of cute. She's like small and like weak and flimsy.
What? I'm not weak and flimsy.
But yeah, like yeah, so that's why I'm really glad I grew to like a decent height. Like I'm obviously not the tallest, but I think I'm pretty average for like an Asian guy, or
Yeah,
like I
I
think
think
I'm
you're
even
actually
above.
above average.
Yeah, no, I'm just amazing.
Not, but actually, now that you bring that up, I think that is an interesting thing. I guess it's like a worldwide societal standard. It's preferred for guys to be taller. Like, definitely, it feels a little bit like I am actually, as much as I can like complain sometimes or joke that like, oh, people make fun of my height. I'm actually fine with being 5 feet. Like,
Yeah,
as a girl, I would rather be my height than like 6 feet because
yeah.
I think it also like guys aren't as picky, but I don't think guys love it when like the girl's very tall and taller than them.
I
um,
think it's just a lot of pride. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, I'm not saying like there are couples out there, right, where the guy's shorter than the girl and stuff, and like as long as you're happy, like honest, who cares what people think, right? But like I would find it hard to like not think about it all the time. I mean, maybe not like all the time, but like I feel like some people would just give you a look, and then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, you know, I don't feel so good about myself, even though like
yeah.
there's nothing wrong about it, right? It's just like
I mean,
society.
I wonder why this is actually like expected though. If I'm being honest, because I'm so short, I wouldn't want to date a guy who's shorter than me because then we're literally midgets and our
Yeah.
future children are actually gonna be
Your future
midgets.
children are just gonna be like, God damn it, mom and dad.
Yeah, like what the hell? If I date someone shorter than me, that's actually like, I think even if I was a bit taller, like I think I would rather always date a guy who is taller than me.
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly it is.
I mean, it's like the same where I would want to date someone who's weaker than me, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't want like a girlfriend who's like freaking like 150 pounds of muscle. Like, I'll be like, okay, like, I don't know. Like, it's just a personal preference, right? I'd rather be the traditional, like, I just want to feel like I could protect them instead of like,
I think that's actually what it is. Like, yeah, when a guy is bigger, taller, stronger than me, like I do feel like they can care for me and that
yeah,
like
but
I'm
anyone's
protected.
stronger.
Matt, ugh, literally, you can turn everything around on me.
No, I just think it's funnier. It's just, yeah. I'm just saying it would be hard to find someone weaker than you.
Ah,
No, but I think it's like one of those things where obviously like 2020 and stuff, but I think guys are naturally just stronger.
yeah,
Like just
that
like
is.
you just have more muscle mass for like your body and stuff. But I moved into this place with and like alongside like another roommate, and she was asking me to like help her lift her luggage up the stairs. So I thought it was like gonna be like super heavy, but it wasn't that heavy. But I was just like, oh, like I'll do it. But it was just I mean it made me feel good, right? Like at least I could actually help her lift because it would have been really embarrassing if it was like, yeah, I can help you with your luggage and it's like too heavy for me too. But like yeah, it was just differences.
Yeah, I mean, this I think goes back to that. Like, I do believe, as much as people don't like stereotypes, that I think that like a lot of things like this are based somewhat in truth, right? Like, you can say generally men are physically stronger. Like, obviously, it's not going to be true in every case,
Yeah, I
but
mean, like I'm gonna
generally,
say, like there's definitely some girls out there who could probably kick my ass. It's like I'm not saying like I'm like crazy good, but I'm just saying like if Katie and I were in a fight, I think
okay,
I would just.
Matt, you're 8 inches taller than me, and like, come on, man.
That's what I'm just saying. I'll take Katie on any day. I'll take two of Katie. You know, like there's two Katies going to fight me.
I
I'll
don't
take both.
think that's a fair fight. So, I don't know. Do you have anything else to add? Because I'm kind of at my wit's end. I think that might also be because I'm very tired. Do you actually have anything else to add? Because I don't really, I can't think of anything.
No, I mean, you look pretty dead. Like
I'm
we can,
actually starting to get so tired.
yeah, like I can, it's like the first time. Katie's complaining, but what? It's like 11 o'clock for her. It's like 2 a.m. for me. You know?
Literally, I slept like hardly at all. Woke up at 4:30 yesterday to freaking go hiking. And then I went hiking. Didn't go to bed until 1. Woke up at 7:30 today to go to the beach. Spent the whole day. The sun, like doing nothing and lying in the sun surprisingly makes you very sleepy. I don't know
Oh
what
yeah, I
that
think
is.
like lying in the sun is pretty tiring. It's just hot.
It's weird, but yeah, I'm so exhausted. I'm like, boy,
Yeah,
ready to
I mean,
freaking pass out. No last comments or thoughts about guys and girls. It was honestly just me complaining about being a girl, but also saying that I wouldn't rather be a guy.
yeah. I mean, I don't really have anything to add. I mean, honestly, if we ever think of stuff to add, we still got what 5 episodes left. I mean, I'm proud. I mean, episode 4, we thought we were gonna stop, and now we've doubled our episodes, and yeah, I think we can probably do it to the end.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, at the very least, I think we'll definitely make it to 10 episodes. I think 10's a good number. Nice round number.
Yeah, I still want to do a death episode, but we'll
We
see how
can
it
put that
goes.
in there. I mean, oh, you didn't throw in how much you love being a TA lately.
Oh man, yeah. So I'm teaching like an online first year chemistry lab course. So like there's a lab component to it, but obviously no one can do anything because it's like COVID. So we watch YouTube videos together, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We watch YouTube videos, we talk. No one uses it, so we use Zoom, but no one turns on their camera, so it's really just me talking to a bunch of like black screens with their name on. And yeah, and they just kind of type in the chat, ask me questions. That's pretty much my life as a TA. But it's almost over now too. I mean, they have a midterm this Thursday that I didn't even know about. But yeah,
I think your students are screwed, Matt, based on what you told me.
I mean, like, what do you call it? They don't really need me. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Like, have any of them even reached out to ask you for help?
No, and I don't think they really need to. I mean, our prof said that like he's like most people pass the summer chemistry one just because
It's
like
harder to fail summer classes. At least at UBC, that's how it is.
yeah,
They very rarely fail you, and the
yeah,
scaling's crazy.
yeah. I mean, we've been told to keep the marks at a percentage, at like the average to keep it at this percentage for like the assignments and stuff. So
How do you do that? You manually have to keep that in mind and be like, okay, can't mark this person too
yeah,
hard.
or like just mark it easier so that like your average
Oh,
will be around that, right? So I don't really mind. It doesn't really matter to me.
yeah. I mean, because I know at UBC in the summer, like normally in the Faculty of Science, they have this, what is it, a rule that's
Mhm.
like you have to pass the final exam to pass the course
Oh
in
yeah,
science courses. Otherwise, if you pass I mean, if you fail the final, it's an automatic fail in the course, no matter
yeah,
how well you were doing in the course prior to that.
yeah.
Which is kind of irritating because, like, what if you just like literally messed up and bombed
Yeah.
the final? But I know that goes out the window basically during the summer because I don't know
Yeah.
why. They just, yeah.
It's because like just imagine how bad you would feel if you literally couldn't pass first year chemistry. Like just because you just work like you just hate chemistry, right? Like a lot of people hate chemistry, right? And it's like you have no interest in this course, but it's like a course that you need to get your degree, and like you just can't pass it. Like yeah, like I don't think it would be fair if like the reason why you couldn't get your what like say like what's another thing? You didn't have to take it, right? But like say you can get your like biomedical physiology degree because you couldn't do chemistry, like it just wouldn't really translate, I
I
think.
mean,
But yeah,
I had to fulfill like science faculty requirements,
yeah,
which did require, like, even though I studied, like, my major was in computer science, I
yeah,
did still have to take like chemistry, biophysics,
yeah.
or like, I did in the first year, I took all of them, but I think you have the option to take like 2 chemistries instead of also
Yeah,
doing bio or something like that. But basically, you
yeah.
do have to do some of those.
It just suck if you couldn't get your degree.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think that's
I'm
all we
really
had.
tired. Yep, that wraps up today, I think. I'm gonna freaking pass out. I think I'm gonna have the best
Yeah.
sleep tonight.
All right. Bye.
Thanks for listening. Bye.